I spent a week recording every time someone tried to scam me.
Should have seen it coming.
Hi everyone, welcome to Planet Juju. One of my friends recently suggested that I never take my anti-scammer hat off. They're probably right, but I would never be so arrogant to think I was completely unscammable. Unless you know a scam exists, it's easy to be drawn in, so I do make an effort to improve my own scamming sense as well as share my experiences with others. I thought it would make an interesting video if I made a note of all the scam attempts I was exposed to in the course of a week. I'm not going to include the scams I go looking for, just those that impact me directly. And I'll add to it as I go on, so on Monday I won't know what's going to happen on the rest of the week. Monday. It's Monday and I've had 2 phone calls. The first was a computer connected call. You can tell this because you'll hear silence when they connect, and you'll either get the beep or, in the case of this one, I very briefly heard a male voice in a call centre before they rang off, without actually engaging. I checked the number on Who Called Me UK, and it's one of those home appliance insurance scams. If you haven't seen my video about the slick scammers Caroline and Matt Campbell, I've left the link in the description. The second was also a computer connected call from a different number because I'd already blocked the first one. When I checked Who Called Me UK, you can see it's supposedly from Leeds, but the scammers use different numbers all the time. Blocking them just means it makes it harder for them to try again on the same number. I'll just highlight now how I set up my life to be more alert with phone calls. My phone has the option of multiple ringtones, and I've set up my regular callers with a different ringtone to unknown callers. That way, as soon as an unknown caller rings, I'm already in scammer alert mode. I often don't even bother answering, but I am this week to be able to report the scams. Additionally, I've registered my numbers with the telephone preference service here in the UK. This stops legitimate sales companies from cold calling, so any sales calls I receive will be from dubious companies or scammers. It's Tuesday, and I've had 1 phone call. This time it was a recorded message with a bank scam saying that 2 transactions had been made, one from a UK supermarket and another from Amazon. It said press 1 to allow the transactions and 2 to speak to a customer services advisor. I never press anything on these, I just wait until they ring off, because then it costs them more money. I checked the number again, added my report and blocked the number.
Welcome to BT Call Protect. To add the last call you answered to your personal blacklist, press 1 to manage your personal... The last call answered was from telephone number 020399640449. To add this number to your personal blacklist, press 1. This number has been added to your personal blacklist. All future calls from this number will be sent to your junk voicemail.
Later this evening, a Facebook notification told me someone had mentioned me. I'd made a comment on a friend's post, and unfortunately it was a public post, and that means anyone in the world can see it. This time it was Timothy J. Edens. Oh, just look at his lovely message.
I'm sorry I intruded into your concealment, but I came across your profile here on Facebook. You look so amazing and I was so interested, so I decided to add you as a friend, but didn't go through. So I want you to send me a friend request or send me an inbox message. Thanks, as you are the type of woman a man won't let go of at first sight. Hope you don't mind my friendship.
If you haven't seen my video on romance scams, please watch it. The link's in the description. I took a look at his profile. Typical US military man working in Afghanistan on a peacekeeping mission. These scammers are usually young boys from Nigeria, and they use that scenario a lot. I did note that his account's only 3 months old. Whilst I'd love to scam bait him, it's not advisable using one's own profile, so I reported him for all the good that does, and then blocked him and deleted my comment on my friend's public post. I asked my friend to look into their privacy settings. I won't be commenting on any of his public posts again. I was quite surprised I didn't get a call until 4 p.m. this afternoon. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to the phone in time before the answer machine kicked in, and when that connected, they just rang off. By the way, having my answer machine permanently on is another line of defence I use because scammers don't like leaving messages. I checked the number on who called, and from the number of reports and lookups, the number is obviously a scammer, so that's now blocked. Well, it was a scammer-free zone today. Perhaps they've given up. More than likely, though, they've already made so much money scamming they can afford to take the rest of the week off. I did check for Indian festivals, but Muharram, Ashura, isn't until next week. Another scammer-free zone today. It's Saturday, and I was thinking that this was going to turn into a pretty mild week for scams, but I was scrolling through my YouTube subscription feed to look for any videos I'd missed. Incidentally, if you'd like to see any more of my videos, then subscribing and clicking the notification bell is a great way to find me again. And YouTube is promoting this advert. I'd say that was targeting me, as ads are shown to me based on my preferences. So if you do this survey, you get a Makita tool reward, eh? I ensured I had my safe browsing and VPN tools on, and then I looked what was behind Learn More. A survey run by whyourviewslucky.com. That sounds dodgy in itself. I'm not going to do the survey because it's probably phishing, and then they'll email you to tell you you've won and then ask for money to ship your prize that never turns up. A quick look on Whois, that's an online tool that analyses websites, shows me it was only set up this year. Another site shows me it's probably dodgy. Also, searching the Aldi website shows that they don't even sell Makita tools. I reported it to Aldi and they confirmed it's not from them. My email provider is normally very good at filtering out scams, and I only receive one in a blue moon, but this one ended up in my spam folder yesterday and I found it today. Obviously, with the email landing in the spam folder, my scam dial was already alarming, but if you're unsure, the things to consider here are: this email is completely unsolicited. Why would the legitimate company hide its proper email from me and use something that's similar to my own address? It doesn't address me personally. It's not a beautifully designed email with a company logo and contact details, just the address of the company, which has been copied from the legitimate company's website. I'm obviously not going to click it, but I hovered over the link, and it's an unidentifiable shortened URL. Why would their link not show a direct link to their website? Why would their unsubscribe link show a completely unrelated website? Well, that was it for my week of scams. Quite a collection, don't you think? Would you say I'm targeted more or less than average? If I hadn't immediately blocked the scam call numbers, it's likely the scammers would have tried to phone again and I would have had more calls. If my emails didn't go through 2 separate spam filters, I would probably see an increase. If I was more publicly present on Facebook, I would probably have more fake suitors. Let me know in the comments how many you get. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.
Should have seen it coming.